Hardcore. Brilliant song. Now, I don't think we've ever heard this artist before, but what a strong, powerful impact they've made on us with this one song, at least on me. What a powerful song. The arrangement of this song, the whole arrangement itself is immaculate. It's masterly, in fact. There's so little time spent on the lyrics, and most of it is the music. And it gives you lots of time to kind of digest the hardcore lyrics, the very powerful lyrics that are coming on the screen. It's very difficult to digest lyrics like that. But at the same time, they arrange the music so well that you get that time to kind of digest and, understand what actually was happening with this Agent Orange. When you look at the number of deaths due to Agent Orange, I just looked it up online. It's quite astounding. It's even more deaths than the Americans did, murdered in Japan. It's even more deaths than the Americans murdered. Murdered is the word I'm using. They murdered innocent people in Japan. Most of them were innocent. You could say almost 100% of them were innocent. They were murdered by the Americans with atomic bombs. Never in the history of the world after that, or even before that, has anyone ever used atomic warfare to kill other human beings. America is the only horrible, pathetic nation in the world that can think this way. Then you can see this song talking about Agent Orange. Now this is a different kind of killings that America did. It is estimated that over 500,000 people died due to Agent Orange. Now this is an estimate. When you see an estimate of this sort, and especially the estimate is given by American media and American government only, you know it is probably triple or 4 times more than that estimate. So that you can safely say that over 1.5 to 2 million people died or were disabled permanently as a result of Agent Orange. Now I'm not clear about this chemical components or the chemical formula of Agent Orange. I don't think most of the world is, thankfully, apart from Americans who use them quite liberally, I must say. So they literally sprinkled this Agent Orange all over, killing over 200,000 of American people only who were there. So American soldiers, veterans also perished, and many disabled, not because of war, but because of Agent Orange that the Americans sprinkled over there. So you may think, oh, this veteran who's disabled today, and you have so much sympathy and so much hatred for the Vietnamese people.
They didn't do it.
They didn't do it. All those disabilities, almost 90% of them by my estimates, and what research I've done on this topic, 90% of them are because of American reasons. Agent Orange. So people think, oh, look at what the Vietnamese people did to these guys. Not a Vietnamese, it's American people did to you only. To themselves. So this is a unique way of fighting a war. First of all, it was not your war. You just poked your nose in it and killed your own people, not yourself. Government and the upper brass of the military, not a single one died. It was the soldiers, especially the youth, men as well as women who served. The serial TV show MASH looks at it beautifully. It's one of those rare shows which has the guts to show the damage that war can do, especially what America did damage in that territory. It is an American TV show. That's why it takes a lot of guts to make a show like that, which was incredibly popular with the real American people, by the way, common people. So it was the #1 show for many, many years, I believe, in that part of the world. So yeah, this is a real example where Vietnamese children, women, innocent people were killed, villagers just killed, disabled for life if they survived. And even the babies who were given birth had problems. And most of them who are alive till today have major problems. But apart from that, even the American people were not spared. So it shows the kind of madness that was there. It's one thing that you're fighting a war against someone else, the enemy, which you call the enemy. The Americans love calling people their enemies. Anywhere you look, whether it's movies or TV shows, you won't hear the word friends so much, even though Friends is one of the most popular TV shows. You'll hear enemies spoken a lot. Whether it's the military, whether it's common Americans, whether it's your next door neighbor there, whether everyone talks about war and enemies in America. It's one of the two most popular words in the American dictionary. War and enemy. So look at this kind of unique warfare. When you make yourself the enemy, what kind of nature must the American mind have? Devious nature of the mind to even kill your own kind. You don't care that you're even killing Americans with what you're doing. So it's really shocking. I mean, it hurts me to even talk about such things. People say, I like talking about these things. No. I hate talking about countries like that. Literally, I hate talking about countries like that. Because they are the filth of the earth. They are the filth of the earth. I can openly say it. America and most Americans are the filth of the earth. This is a great example of it, what they do. That's why I'm calling them the filth of the earth. Not just me, millions call them that. But not to their face maybe. So, sad.
The worst part is that Agent Orange also, although it being such a toxic and such a substance that caused a lot of damage, human life damage, environmental damage, and everything. And even after that, after the entire episode of them using it, the children that were being born in those areas also being born with a lot of issues, birth related issues, including cancer and things like that. So there were a lot of disorders, physical disorders, that the Vietnamese local people that suffered even after that. And I'm sure the army personnel that may have survived all of that of American side, when they went home, they also must have had a lot of side effects, but it didn't happen on their soil. So of course the effects will be lesser than the Vietnamese side, where they actually had to live with the entire thing. Even after that, not too many people know what is Agent Orange. That is the sad part of it. And that's where, information warfare comes. America is so good at hiding all of this. No matter what they have done, it does not matter. We are the best democracy in the world. So America is a shining democracy, is the literally torch bearer or the flag bearer of democracies of the world. Every time they want to teach how democracy runs, how you should be democratic, how every country has to follow democratic values, and we must learn from America. If the entire world actually learned democracy from America, there wouldn't be an idea of.
There wouldn't be a world.
There wouldn't be the idea of this world. There wouldn't be anything. If everyone was learning this kind of democracy and everybody was praying just like that, whatever they felt like, just because there is an enemy and thought of an enemy, there wouldn't be a world. And the first thing would begin in America itself. And anyway, on the streets of America, we know how enemies are killing enemies every single day. Their corporates are killing their own customers every single day. There is a weird kind of psychosis where, this enemy thing, it actually raises a ear of an American. The moment they hear enemy, they are alert. I have to kill. Go all out. Lock, stock, barrel. When the moment you hear enemy, yes.
I mean, if you only Google or find out Bing, the number of shows and games with the title Wars in it, created by American corporations, of course, all of them, you will find there are over 2,000. 2,000 shows, books, and games with the title Wars in it. For example, storage wars, shipping wars, BBQ wars. These are just some examples. There are all kinds of wars. Bridal wars.
Savio, also, I'll
tell you a difference. Who knows?
I'll tell you a difference between cultures. In India, do you know what is the word?
Road wars.
Wait, Baba. Do you know or do you even remember what is the word synonyms or meaning of war in Hindi? It is so rare that you won't even remember the word in a general conversation. It is that rare. Because people don't like using extreme words. Superlatives are used very less.
In this part of the world.
Yeah. Superlatives actually are used very rarely. Unless absolutely necessary, you don't use it.
Neighborhood wars.
All kinds of wars are there. Shipping wars and storage wars.
Then why war? Why are you at war? You're just doing your job.
It's
or you're
anything,
just doing something. Why is it called a war?
War is
Because war
fascinating.
is a fashion.
Yeah, it's
So evergreen fashion in the United States of America.
Let's keep it alive.
It shows how united those states are.
It's bizarre, you know. Cultures are bizarre, people are bizarre, and when we talk about it, as I just gave a difference, that people in India most times will not remember instantly what is the translation of war in Hindi or in their native language, because it's used very rarely. It's used really rarely. Nobody will even say the word, utter the word, unless you know you're in a situation like that, when it becomes more often, or when people are, of course, speaking in English. It's a very common word, war, you know, 3-letter word. It's so easy, it's not good. It's definitely not good, and that shows the cultural differences. And I'm sure it also goes with many other cultures. You will go in different languages that are non-English speaking, the term or its translation for the word war will be very rarely used by those people, whether it is the Chinese or the Japanese or anywhere else in the Middle East or anywhere. I'm not saying what they do or what they don't do. I'm talking about the cultural differences among people. And in the cultures where these things, violence is everyday spoken, violence is also there every single day. It's as simple as that. When you're talking of it, you're doing it every single day. And this is how simple it is. Agent Orange, I just hoped that more people knew about it, because this modern day colonialism that America has been practicing very easily, very conveniently, and without telling people, without letting people, you know, common people don't realize. They are just eating the burgers and getting fat, and their brains are also getting clouded with the burger buns all over the place. And I'm not just talking about American
It's not
people.
just about burgers.
I'm talking about everyone. I'm talking about world.
American filth that is spread all over
I'm
the
just
world.
saying, it is clouding people's thoughts. You eat burger and drink the soft drink and wow, life is good. That's what people think. And that is how easy it is. But then on the other side, what all is happening, those burger bombs and orange agents and what all are being thrown where all, people are not able to comprehend that. What is happening in, and every time when you talk about that, there will be those smart people who will come over here and they will say that whatever you're saying is all wrong. We are living in a perfect world. I know this democracy that we are celebrating together with America. It's privileged to be part of it, I'm sure. You know, just a couple of days ago, when G7 meet happened in Hiroshima, was it?
Few days ago,
You know, it didn't happen. Didn't it happen? It didn't happen. Maybe those people who will come and nothing happened, nothing wrong happens. No Hiroshima happened. Next time maybe the meeting can be in Nagasaki, but it never happened. What happened? Nothing happened.
Yeah, that's not really discussed. No sanctions on the country that did that damage and destruction.